Merci.
He leads it by 5. Sunday Silence, Music Merci. Gary Stevens starting to ask him to run now. They come to the quarter pole. Now Yes I'm Blue has had enough. Sunday Silence and Music Merci coming after him on the outside. Heads the turn for home. Sunday Silence by 2. Music Merci out after him in second, and then comes Flying Continental. It's Sunday Silence got the better of Music Merci. Flying Continental coming on in the center of the track.
And Sunday Silence wins with Pat Valenzuela, overcoming a bad start to win for the 3rd time out of 5 career starts. Second was Flying Continental, and Music Merci ran.
Santa Anita Derby, and to those knights of the Oval Racecourse, the Brave Riders. Hello, I'm Jim McKay reporting from Santa Anita as we begin our long transcontinental journey from here to the Kentucky Derby on the first Saturday in May. This is also the first of 7 consecutive weeks of thoroughbred racing on ABC Sports. Next week, the Bluegrass from Keeneland. The week after that, the Wood Memorial in New York featuring the Great Easy Goer. Then the Derby trial on opening day at Churchill Downs, followed by the Derby itself, the Pimlico Special for older horses, and the Preakness. Later on, of course, the Belmont Stakes and other great horse racing. Before we go on to the Santa Anita Derby, let's have a look at the remarkable performance. The purse, $500,000. A mile and 1/8 the distance. The track quite fast here also. The wind is not a factor. The temperature could be. It is 95 degrees. A look at the odds now in this field of 6. Bulge, Mr. Bulge at 35 to 1. The long shot. Flying Continental 8 to 1. Music Merci being held at 9 to 2. And the 3 other horses, Sunday Silence at 5 to 2. The favorite, Houston, at 4 to 5. And Hawkster at 8 to 1. The favorite,
Santa Anita Derby.
A 2-time winner of the Kentucky Derby rides Flying Continental. Pinkai is aboard the favorite Houston. Schlender ready to send them on their way. And they're off. From between horses, Flying Continental, and now the gray Music Merci with Gary Stevens to the front by a head. Mr. Bulge on the inside, up to contest the issue early, and Houston on the outside rushes up a close 3rd. Sunday Silence is between horses in 4th, then Flying Continental back to 5th, and Hawkster is 6th and last as they round the clubhouse turn. And Houston on the outside takes command. Lafitte Pinkai Jr. aboard. At the rail, the gray Music Merci snugly in the 2nd spot by a half length. And Sunday Silence with Pat Valenzuela is content to be 3rd at this point. Then a gap of 2 in the long shot, Mr. Bulge along the inside. Hawkster has moved up on the outside and now takes 4th by a head. Mr. Bulge with Fernando Toro drops back into 5th. And Flying Continental, the late speed specialist with Eddie Delahousie, is the trailer. The quarter in 22 and 3. They're flying 45 and 3 the half mile. Down the back stretch, Houston in front. The 4 to 5 shot has it by half a length, but now on the inside, here comes Music Merci. Back to challenge. Sunday Silence on the outside, right there in 3rd and gaining on the top 2. Midway around the turn, 3/8 of a mile to go. Here comes Sunday Silence up to take command on the outside. Music Merci at the rail is 2nd, and the favorite, Houston, is back to 3rd. A quarter of a mile to go, and it's Sunday Silence, trained by Charlie Whittingham, on the outside taking command. Music Merci cuts the corner and holds the 2nd spot. Flying Continental is gaining in 3rd, and Houston is out of it, dropping far back. Looks like he'll finish last. And down the stretch they come. Sunday Silence drawing away and jumping to the head of the West Coast contingent as Sunday Silence annihilates this field, taking the Santa Anita Derby by some 8, make that 12 lengths. It's Flying Continental up for the place spot, and a photo between Music Merci and Hawkster for the show spot. A lot of stories here. One is the time, 1:47 and 3/5 of a second off the state.
happened to Houston. We'll be trying to find out, of course. We hope we can before we leave the air this afternoon. Houston finishing way back, never made his big move, had the lead, fell back on the far turn, and it was all over for the horse that Wayne Lucas has called the greatest horse he ever trained. But Sunday Silence is the center stage horse right now. There's the unofficial order of the first three and the time of the race. The horse stands in the way of Easy Goer. Sunday Silence. Twice he was close to death. Twice he failed to sell at auction. But he won the Santa Anita Derby by plenty. And now he comes to Kentucky with a trainer for the ages. 76-year-old Charlie Whittingham, the bald eagle of the West, who never comes to the Derby unless he thinks he can win. Super Horse, Cinderella Horse, and then there is Mystery Horse, Houston by name. Touted by Wayne Lucas as the best. The owners wonder. The trainers wonder. The jockeys wonder. And you and I wonder, along with the great throng gathered here at Churchill Downs. Someone once wrote that mankind has been able to improve on only two of God's creations, the thoroughbred and the rose. Today, again, they're joined together. The finest 3-year-old thoroughbreds in America racing for a blanket of roses. Roses, the symbol of victory in the greatest race of all, the Kentucky Derby. Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
There she comes.
The Kentucky Derby. Good afternoon. I'm Jim McKay reporting from Churchill Downs, and you can take my word, it is cold and windy here today. But we start off with some good news. It was announced today that ABC Sports has acquired the rights to the Chrysler Triple Crown Challenge, the Derby, the Preakness, and the Belmont for a time period extending well into the 1990s, and that certainly is good news for all of us. The Chrysler Triple Crown Challenge, remember, if anybody wins all 3 Triple Crown races this year, that horse and owner will be guaranteed a total of $5 million.
Time in Houston, trained by Wayne Lucas. Houston, of course, is the key horse there, 4-1. Awe-inspiring and Easy Goer are now even money. They have just dropped from 6-5 to even money. Clever Trevor, a long shot at 35-1. Big price on Flying Continental at 70-1. And as we continue on, Western Playboy getting some action, won the Jim Beam and Bluegrass Stakes in April at 8-1. Hawkster, a long shot, so is Dancel, Faultless Ensign, Triple Buck. You'll get a big price on those horses. You've got the second choice, number 10, the Charlie Whittingham trained Sunday Silence, who looked so brilliant in the Santa Anita Derby. He's 3-1. The late closing Irish Actor at 35-1. In the field, notation was scratched, so Wind Splitter and Northern Wolf comprise the field. Bet one, get them both at 30.
His stablemate Houston. A Maryland-bred, only one Maryland-bred Kawhi King has ever won the Derby, ridden by Lafitte Pinkai Jr., the strongest rider perhaps in the world physically. Number 2, Awe-Inspiring, ridden by Craig Perrette, owned by Ogden Mills, better known as Denny Phipps, trained by Shug McGahee, and then his stablemate, number 2B, Easy Goer, owned by the father, Ogden Phipps, ridden by Pat Day, going for his 6th win in a row in this race. He's won 5 races in a row today. Number 3, Clever Trevor, from Oklahoma, trained by Donnie K. Van Hemel, ridden by Don Pettinger. Number 4 is Flying Continental. We mentioned before, Corey Black in his first Kentucky Derby. Only one jockey in the race today has won it, and that is Lafitte Pinkai Jr. Remember, he won on Swale. Number 5, as we move back, the horse coming off a bit of an injury, Western Playboy, owned by Nancy Veneer, trained by her husband, ridden by Randy Romero. We'll move along to number 6. Here he is, Hawkster from the West Coast. Mr. and Mrs. J.S. Meredith Hawkster, trained by Ron McAnally. He trained John Henry, ridden by Marco Castaneda. Number 7 is the Arkansas Derby winner, Dancel, owned by John Franks, trained by Frank Brothers, leading trainer at both Arkansas and Louisiana, ridden by Larry Snyder. Number 8 is the winner of the Garden State Stakes, Faultless Ensign. His owner owns a truck dealership in Pennsylvania. He's trained by Ben Perkins Jr., ridden by Krista Carlo. A look at number 9, Triple Buck, owned by Gary Morano, who's an associate of the trainer, Butch Lenzini. Butch Lenzini trained Aloma's Ruler when he won the Preakness a few years ago. The jockey's important, Jose Santos, the Eclipse Award winner last year. Number 10, second favorite in this race. This is Sunday Silence. Arthur Hancock, Charlie Whittingham, Ernest Gaylord on him, Patrick Valenzuela on his back. Number 11, Irish Actor from Tiffany Farms, trained by Leroy Jolly. He's been in the winner's circle here. Remember the filly, Genuine Risk? Don Howard is the rider. Number 12, notation's been scratched. Number 13 is Wind Splitter from Maryland. He's had a lot of second places. Finished second in an allowance race only 10 days ago, but was placed first on a disqualification. Number 14, Northern Wolf, Deep River Stable, trained by Hank Allen and ridden by Jojo Ladner.
pleasure and an 80 with genuine risk. Post positions drawn by lot.
Come on, bring him up closer, boys. Let's go. Come on.
Now, Awe-Inspiring and Easy Goer will be the last two horses in the main gate.
All right, turn that 14
Then
horse
the roan
down
colt
there.
Northern Wolf.
Come on with him.
Easy Goer is in. 4 to 5. And the two field horses, Wind Splitter and Northern Wolf. This is what thoroughbred racing is all about as we get set for the start of the Derby. They're all in line and they're off. And Sunday Silence at the start comes right in and bumps Triple Buck. Houston takes the early lead on the outside. Dancel, Clever Trevor along the inside is third. And here comes Northern Wolf, and again a few bumps. And Easy Goer is fifth at this point on the outside in great position, passing the stands for the first time. Houston with Pinkai on the outside in front of neck. On the inside, it's Clever Trevor second by 2.5. Then a field horse, Northern Wolf, the roan in third. Sunday Silence comes out a bit from the rail in fourth. And Pat Valenzuela looks over his shoulder and sees that it's Pat Day in fifth on the outside with the favorite Easy Goer. Dancel with Snyder is sixth. Flying Continental is seventh. Wind Splitter is eighth. Irish Actor is ninth. Triple Buck on the outside 10th. Awe-Inspiring 11th. Shy Tom is 12th. Western Playboy is 13th. On the outside, Faultless Ensign is 14th. Hawkster at the back of the pack is 15th and last. And about 18 lengths separate the entire field. The first half mile in 46 3/5 seconds. And Houston, trained by D. Wayne Lucas, winging it on the front end. Clever Trevor, the Oklahoma-bred at the rail, is second. On the outside, Northern Wolf up close third. Then a gap of 2.5, and Sunday Silence is fourth. Dancel is fifth, and the favorite Easy Goer is sixth on the outside. Awe-Inspiring, his stablemate, is alongside and charging up, and now alongside Easy Goer. Then comes Triple Buck and Flying Continental. It's still Houston in front by 3/4 of a length. Northern Wolf second. Here comes Sunday Silence on the outside. The entry of Easy Goer and Awe-Inspiring next as they straighten away in the stretch. Sunday Silence with Pat Valenzuela comes over, has low contact with Northern Wolf. On the inside, Houston is dropping out of it. Dancel is still tough. On the inside, then comes Easy Goer and Awe-Inspiring, but with a 16th of a mile to go. And here comes Sunday Silence through the stretch, coming to the finish of the Derby. Sunday Silence wins this Derby by 2 lengths. It's a photograph between Easy Goer and on the outside, Awe-Inspiring. So it's Sunday Silence, Easy Goer, and Awe-Inspiring. 1, 2, 3. Sunday Silence, trained by Charlie Whittingham. He said he would win the Derby, and it was big words from Charlie when he says he likes a horse. They've won it. Pat Valenzuela, Sunday Silence, unofficial, the winner of the Kentucky Derby.
Houston, number 1A.
Houston, of course, we expected to go for the lead. And
Second
here
from
he
the left,
goes.
yeah.
Lafitte Pinkai in the orange hat there. Houston in the white bridle, and he rides him out quickly to the lead. Along the rail there, you see Clever Trevor, hard-knocking little horse. He shows speed, and he's going to go up and try to stalk Houston. And there they go, headed for the first turn. Houston, as expected, on the lead.
Look at Easy Goer's start, number 2B.
And Sunday Silence in the middle there in the yellow. Oh, yeah, he definitely had a good bump there. Easy Goer gets a clean start. Sunday Silence, he really had kind of a rough trip himself for a horse who came away. Here they are. Houston has been setting some reasonably comfortable fractions, and Sunday Silence is making his move. But right here, Easy Goer, see him back there in the red hat. He's a little bit crowded, but he's not going like you'd think a winner would, a heavy even money favorite. They turn for home. Houston's been taken the measure of, and here comes Sunday Silence. But then he begins his zigzag through the stretch. As Pat Valenzuela said, he was ducking from this and ducking from that, but
Apparently the crowd bothered him on the start when they had that great roar, and then Pat said they bothered him in the stretch.
well, he's his first start of his life. He lost because he was a little green, and a few other races he's had a few problems. He's still a pretty lightly raced colt with a lot of future, but certainly a colt, as Charlie said, he's the best he's had, and he proved it today.
Wonder how fast he'll run if he runs straight.
He ran a mile and 3/8 today, I think.
Incidentally, the uncle of Pat Valenzuela, Ismael, known as Milo Valenzuela, won the Kentucky Derby, and now the family has another one.
Great family of riders there. Not a big colt here, this one. Big-hearted, though.
3-to-1, paying $8.20, $3 and $3.60, and the show pool is skewed because you've got the entry finishing second and third. Thus, they pay $2.60 to place and $3.40.
Castaneda at the age of 39. He's only running the Preakness once. He was last on Waterbank back in 1982. Moving along to number 2. Number 2 is the favorite in the Preakness, Easy Goer. His owner, Ogden Phipps, was second in this race with Dapper Dan in 1965, second with King Cole in 1941. He's never won it. In fact, Mr. Phipps has never won any Triple Crown race. Shug McGee, the trainer, Pat Day, he won with Hank's Prospect here and set the track record and the stakes record. Sired by the great Alidar. Number 3 is Pulverizing, the long shot in the field, owned by Arnie and Sylvia Heft. Arnie Heft, a long time ago, was an NBA referee, but he says he's having a lot more fun now. The jockey is Alan Stacy, a local rider here. Excuse me. Yes, that's Alan Stacy. Number 4 has been scratched, awe-inspiring. Number 5 is Rock Point from the Brookmead stable. Many years ago, Brookmead was one of the dominant stables in racing under Isabel Dodge Sloan. They won this race in 1950 with Bold, earlier with High Quest in 1934, but now Brookmead stable under Mrs. Sloan's niece and her husband, George Cheston, has exactly one horse, and this is it, Rock Point. He's the fresh horse in this race. He didn't go in the Derby. He was second in the Wood Memorial, and some people like him very much. Trained by Sid Waters, who trained Hoist the Flag. Number 6 is Dancel. Dancel, owned by John Franks, ridden by Larry Snyder. Snyder in his first Preakness at age 46. He's been riding for 29 years. That is Dancel, winner of the Arkansas Derby, 4th in the Kentucky Derby. Number 7 is Houston, still the mystery horse. Trained by Wayne Lucas, he of the bad back. He's had a tough spring all the way so far. Ridden now by a new rider, Angel Cordero Jr. He's a Maryland-bred, about 15 miles up Interstate 83 toward York, PA, Ross Valley Farm of Ben and Eleanor Sparrenburg. Houston, could this be the day? Number 8 is Sunday Silence. He'll be getting an inferiority complex. They couldn't sell him. He almost died. He was second choice in the Derby. Now he's second choice again. But he's the only one who could win the Triple Crown. You know everything else about him by now, I think. Still at 5-2. Number 9, and rounding out the field, a horse who gave a very good account of himself in the Kentucky Derby, the other Maryland-bred in the field. 2 Maryland-breds, all the others were bred in Kentucky. This is Northern Wolf. He's owned by 3 psychiatrists, Doctors Hoffman, Cahill, and Meeks, trained by Hank Allen, who used to play for the Washington Senators, baseball player, brother of Dick Allen, better-known baseball player, and ridden by JoJo Ladder, who got a suspension out of the Kentucky Derby, although he gave the horse in the end a very good ride. He was 6th in the Kentucky Derby. That's then the field of 8 horses for the Preakness Stakes.
Oh, at 3-5, second in the Kentucky Derby, trying to make amends. Let's watch him load. And Pulverizing with Alan Stacy, who will probably try and get the lead right out of the gate. Awe-inspiring was scratched. That's why there's no number 4. Here's the 5-horse Rock Point with Chris Hamlet. And Dancel. Houston, son of Seattle Slew, who won this race in '77. The Derby winner is next. Just Northern Wolf, the roan colt. We're ready to go, all in line. And they're off, and Pulverizing quickly jumps to the lead. Houston on the outside in second. Dancel between them third. Northern Wolf on the outside is fourth, and Sunday Silence is right there and now fourth, moving up between horses. Passing the stands for the first time. Northern Wolf takes the lead by a head. Houston with Cordero on the inside, saving ground in second. Pulverizing is dropped back to be third. Then on the outside, it's Sunday Silence fourth. Easy Goer on the outside is fifth at this point, 3.5 lengths off the lead. Larry Snyder with Dancel at the rail is next. Then comes Rock Point, and 3 lengths back to the trailer Hawkster, who is 15 lengths off the leader, who is now Houston as they move on to the backstretch. The first quarter in 23 2/5 seconds. It's fast, but not that fast. Down the backstretch, Houston with Cordero leading the pack by 3 lengths. Northern Wolf is second, and now the Kentucky Derby winner. On the outside, Sunday Silence takes second, and here comes Easy Goer with a quick move on the outside with Pat Day. Going down the backstretch, it's Houston in front by a head. Easy Goer, the favorite, up to challenge. Sunday Day. What a finish!
Dave, we have seen the race that everybody wanted to see here today. Two magnificent colts battling out head-to-head, nose-to-nose, down the stretch. Who won it? If I had to make a guess, I would say Sunday Silence on the outside, but hold all your tickets because that is a pure guess. There's Pat Valenzuela. He did wave his whip. Charlie Whittingham isn't sure. No, I don't think he's sure.
Wants to be.
But it's going to be a little bit of a wait till the photo. There's Shug McGahee. They're both going to go down towards the winner circle, just in case. 153 and 4. We did not get the track record or stakes record that we thought might be achieved here this afternoon.
It wasn't for lack of running, Jim. 3/4 and 109 and 2, and these two colts hooked up and ding-dong through the stretch. I believe Sunday Silence probably got the nod. A really game performance. I mean, this was a stretch finish written in Hollywood.
Pat, can you hear me? This is Jim McKay.
Yeah, I can, Jim.
You think you've got it?
I think so. What does it look like?
As I said, on a guess, I said I thought you had it. But I'll tell you, it's a whisker one way or the other. Do you feel sure you have it or not?
I'm almost positive. Pat tried to screw me the whole way around and he couldn't do it.
Okay.
What we got? Right, there you see as they turn for home. They'd taken the lead away from Houston, and Sunday Silence made a big move on Easy Goer, who had made a big move going into the turn. And as they turn for home, I mean, you can't call the finish here. These two colts are head and head, tooth and tooth.
Unofficially, it is Sunday Silence. Go ahead, Charlie.
Here they come with it. Just a very game battle between the two. Both riders going. Pat Valenzuela going for a right-handed stick. He's in close. Easy Goer's along the rail. They're just eyeball to eyeball, these two. And Easy Goer, down along the rail there. Maybe that's not the best spot, but both riders riding hell-bent. And here they come. Two of them together. It's a bob of the head all the way to the wire. Sunday Silence, what a game colt. They're both game. I mean, this is a storybook finish. This is the one we waited for.
This is horse racing, and it could, in fact, be Alidar and Affirmed all over again, going in all three of the Triple Crown races.
With the result the same.
With the result the same. That's what I mean. One more. It's unofficial, remember, but it should.
Is trying to last out there as long as he can with jockey Cordero. Easy Goer just brushes past, quickly takes command. Valenzuela has to check his mount there, and as you see, probably lost a step or two. Easy Goer, who was a step off slowly as we watch the start, gets to the front here around the far turn. Now Cordero puts Houston in gear again, and Valenzuela 3 wide brings the Kentucky Derby winner up for this final dramatic last quarter mile.
And a great move by Valenzuela for just a moment. When Easy Goer started to make his move, it appeared he might leave Sunday Silence in the dust, but that wasn't to be. And here, of course, a stretch drive that will be replayed for years.
And these two just leave the rest of them in their wake through the stretch. Day on the inside, Valenzuela on the outside, whipping and driving. Sunday Silence, jockey in the yellow cap. Easy Goer, the favorite on the inside. To no avail, though, because Sunday Silence unofficially is holding on to this Preakness.
And here's the way they came to the finish. And again, just to bring you completely up to date, not only do we have an objection filed by Day against Valenzuela, but an objection filed by Larry Snyder, who finished 4th aboard Dancel, against Chris Antley, who finished 3rd above Rock Point. And we have just learned both foul claims have been disallowed. The result is official. Sunday Silence has won 2/3 of the Triple Crown. He is the official winner. Easy Goer finishes 2nd. Rock Point is 3rd. That is upheld. Dancel is 4th. And there are the prices. $620 for the win. And Pat Day, again, disappointed. 2nd to Churchill Downs. 2nd here today. And the happy Valenzuela with Charlie Whittingham. Meanwhile, let's go to 153 and 1 set last week. Sunday Silence, $623 and $320 to show. Easy Goer, $240 to place, $240 to show. Rock Point, $360 for the show dough, $1040 for the exacta, and a $66 triple in this, the 114th running of the Preakness. The official order of finish: Sunday Silence and Easy Goer. Rock Point for 3rd, Dancel 4th, and Hawkster. Houston fades to 6th, just like the Derby where he faded to 8th.
Budweiser racing across America. Today, from Louisiana Downs, it's Super Derby 10. This ESPN sports presentation. 10. The purse, $1 million guaranteed. It is, of course, a Grade 1. They go the classic American racing distance of 1.25 miles. These 3-year-olds will carry the Derby weight of 126 pounds over a fast track on a perfect fall afternoon. Unusually cool for Super Derby Day.
The field, 8 of them in all. We start with Awe-Inspiring at the rail. Craig Perrette rides 5-2 on the morning line. Big Earl with Donnie Howard is at 15. Le Voyageur starts at 20 with Randy Romero. Dale's Shotgun starts at 30 with Shane Romero. Then we have number 5 Dispersal with Jorge Velasquez at 5-1. Brujo with Robbie Davis starts at 10. Sunday Silence, the even money morning line choice, expected to go lower. Pat Valenzuela rides. Harmony Creek at 15 with Chris McCarron complete. And the last horse, the Bud Long Shot, Harmony Creek moves into line. We're ready for Super Derby 10. All in line. And they're off. Big Earl toward the inside, quickly up to take command. Then Brujo, who's really leaning on Dispersal, and Le Voyageur. Now, as they pass the stands for the first time, Le Voyageur in hand is up to challenge Big Earl at the rail. Big Earl with Donnie Howard in front by half a length. Le Voyageur is second. Then Dispersal is racing third. Brujo is in fourth position by a length and a half. Sunday Silence, the favorite, is fifth, just 3.5 off the lead. Dale's Shotgun on the inside is next. Harmony Creek races seventh, and Awe-Inspiring is eighth and last. 9 lengths from the leader, who is Big Earl, the 21-1 shot. And it's Big Earl on the inside, leading it by a neck as Le Voyageur now moves alongside to challenge. The battle on the front end. Le Voyageur puts ahead in front. Big Earl back into the second spot, and Dispersal is third at this point. Sunday Silence has moved into fourth on the inside and is saving a bit of ground, well in hand with jockey Pat Valenzuela. Now moving through between horses. The 4 top ones are tightly bunched, and Pat Valenzuela looks for some racing room and finds it on the inside of Le Voyageur. Le Voyageur in front by a neck. Sunday Silence is in second position. Dispersal on the outside is racing third. Rather slow fractions, 1:12 and 1 for 3/4 of a mile. And on the inside, it's Sunday Silence in front. Never been asked to run so far. Dispersal on the outside second. Le Voyageur is third. Big Earl is fourth now. Awe-Inspiring gains ground fifth. Brujo is sixth on the outside as Le Voyageur gets pinched back, and Harmony Creek is eighth and last. As they straighten away in the stretch, on the inside, Sunday Silence. On the outside, that's Dispersal. Awe-Inspiring is gaining with every stride, and down the stretch they come, and Sunday Silence roars out, leaving the field behind with a 1/16 of a mile to go. He's in front by 9. Through the stretch, it's all Sunday Silence, and he takes Super Derby 10 by 7 lengths. It was Big Earl between horses finishing second. Then on the outside, it was Awe-Inspiring, followed at the rail by Dispersal, who was fourth. Really a tremendous comeback performance by Sunday Silence, who lost his last 2 and then comes back this afternoon with Super Derby 10 in 2 minutes 3 and 1/5 seconds.
Howard, the horse that won the Prelude, the prep for this, was officially placed second ahead of the mighty Grade 1 winner, Awe-Inspiring from the 5th stable. 2:03 and 1. Again, just a little over, just back 3 seconds exactly over the stakes and track record of.
Representing racing's establishment, Easy Goer, and the Western upstart Sunday Silence. Easy Goer has the most fashionable pedigree a horse can have, by one of the top sires, Alydar, and from the champion mare, Relaxing. Sunday Silence is not from championship stock. His sire Halo has been a leading sire, but he's no blue blood. Easy Goer was champion at 2 and the favorite for the Kentucky Derby, but it was the horse out of California who took home the roses. In the Preakness, Easy Goer took the lead, but Sunday Silence on the outside came to get him for a narrow victory. But Easy Goer spoiled the Triple Crown bid by Sunday Silence, breezing home by himself in the Belmont Stakes. Since the Belmont, Easy Goer has been unbeatable. He's now won 5 in a row, including the Jockey Club Gold Cup. Meanwhile, Sunday Silence has had mixed success. This is the Swap Stakes, his first start since losing the Triple Crown, and Prize nails him at the wire.
17-1 gives you an idea where the money flow is going. Easy Goer and Sunday Silence getting all the attention, and the rest of the field of 8 almost forgotten in all of the drama, as the horse of the year undoubtedly decided by the outcome of the race you're about to see. It's worth $3 million, appropriately named the Classic. The stars of this day, let's go to Tom Hammond.
Outriders. The Outriders poised just in the tunnel, and Easy Goer threading his way down the pathway to the track there. You see the crowd on hand and the applause ringing down from the stands as Easy Goer was the first horse onto the racetrack. So here are the horses for the $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic, sponsored by Mobil. Number 1 is Easy Goer. If he wins today, he's champion 3-year-old, horse of the year, maybe horse of the decade. If he loses to Sunday Silence, he's only the second best 3-year-old. But since those losses in the Derby and Preakness, he seems to have reached another plateau. His 5 consecutive wins have been outstanding. Number 2 is Present Value. One of his owners, Rich Fontana, manufactures the safety rail used at many racetracks. Eddie Delahousie is riding as well as any jockey in the country right now. He was aboard Present Value in the horse's last race, a driving win in the Goodwood Handicap at Santa Anita. Number 3 is Crypto Clearance, the quintessential stretch runner. He'll be far back early. Second to Easy Goer in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, Crypto has earned over $3 million and has won 2 Grade 1 races here at Gulfstream Park. Number 4 is Me Selecto. This is the horse Chris McCarron was to ride before Pat Valenzuela was suspended. Although picking up Pinkai should suit him just fine. This horse has won 3 of his last 4 races at 1.25 miles. Number 5 is Western Playboy. This 3-year-old was rated one of the best in the country after winning the Bluegrass Stakes in the spring. He was 9-1 against Sunday Silence and Easy Goer in the Kentucky Derby, but he was ill and finished last in the Derby. It took a while for him to return to form, but he won the Pennsylvania Derby by 17 lengths. Number 6, Slew City Slew. Look for this horse to be the early pace setter. He faded to last after prompting the pace for a mile in last year's Classic. However, Slew City Slew was the wire-to-wire winner of the Gulfstream Park Handicap back in February. Number 7, Blushing John. This horse seems to be either very good, like a 7.5 length win in the Washington Park Handicap, or very bad, a 20-length defeat by Me Selecto in the Meadowlands Cup. Still, he usually runs well following a bad effort. Most handicappers give him the best shot of upsetting the top 2 today. Completing the field is number 8, Sunday Silence, a horse of destiny if there ever was one. Unwanted and dogged by adversity early in his life, he has settled into a tremendous racehorse. Like Easy Goer, he's never been worse than second, and if his races since the Preakness have not been as spectacular as Easy Goer's, remember the score so far: Sunday Silence 2, Easy Goer 1. And that's the field for the Breeders' Cup Classic. Greg, how do they look?
The answer follows shortly. Arch rivals Easy Goer and Sunday Silence have the advantage of being versatile. They have the ability to lay close to the pace, and they have the quality to finish strongly in the stretch, reasons for their success. Some feel that Chris McCarron on Sunday Silence may have a slight strategic edge in starting from the outside over Pat Day, who is in the post position 1 on Easy Goer. We'll see in that first turn, and there are the current odds. Again, Easy Goer, odds on at 3-5, and Sunday Silence at 9-5. Not much change there, but to show you how the crowd here favors those two, if you're going to take an exacta bet of 1 and 8, $5.20 will be your return on a $2 bet. 8-1 if you go the other way on the Perfecta. Sunday Silence on top. So much the favorite are these two.
All about the big 2. Can anyone else win? Trainer Gil Round, Me Selecto will move in, followed by Western Playboy. No problems at the gate. $3 million Breeders' Cup Classic, the world's richest race, the race of the decade. Easy Goer against Sunday Silence. Tom Durkin.
It's post time for the 6th Breeders' Cup Classic. Blushing John is in line. Sunday Silence, the Derby and Preakness winner, will move into post position number 8. Poised in the gate, Belmont winner, Easy Goer in post position 1. They're standing in line, and they're off. Sunday Silence breaks alertly. Easy Goer was off a step slow toward the inside. Slew City Slew, Blushing John, and Present Value. And they're passing us now for the first time. Slew City Slew is out to take the early lead now, and he's opened up a quick lead here of 2.5 lengths. Blushing John is second on the outside. Present Value is third. Sunday Silence is rating in 4th position. He's 6 lengths off the lead. Me Selecto is 7th. 4 lengths back to Easy Goer. He is 10 lengths off the lead of Slew City Slew as they move into the first turn, and the trailers are Crypto Clearance and Western Playboy. Slew City Slew, and he zipped the opening quarter in 22 2/5 seconds. A brazen display of early speed in this 1.25 mile Classic. Blushing John is tracking him as they make their way onto the backstretch now. Sunday Silence poised on the outside third, Present Value to his inside. Then Me Selecto. Easy Goer is yet to do his best running. He is still 9 lengths off the lead of Slew City Slew. He's 5 lengths behind Sunday Silence, and now he's beginning to roll. They've run a half mile in 46 1/5 seconds. Slew City Slew weakening on the lead. Blushing John has been tracking him all the way. Sunday Silence bracing for the oncoming power of Easy Goer, who's right at his neck, and the stage is set with 3 furlongs to run in the Breeders' Cup Classic. Blushing John taking the lead, 3/8 of a mile out. It's Blushing John in front. Sunday Silence on the outside, gearing up now. He's left Easy Goer 2.5 lengths behind. They're coming to the top of the stretch, and Blushing John is under a hand ride. He leads by 1.5 lengths. Sunday Silence, a threatening presence on the outside. Easy Goer is set down, and he's put to a fierce drive. Coming to the final furlong, Sunday Silence surges to the front. Blushing John trying to fight back. Easy Goer with one final acceleration, and Sunday Silence holds on, and he wins by a desperate neck. Easy Goer was too late, not enough to win it, and it was Sunday Silence in a racing epic.
Oh, my! Sunday Silence and Easy Goer giving this record crowd all that it could have wanted. So often in the big matches, one might be disappointed, but not today. 2 great horses finishing at the wire a half length behind, and Sunday Silence takes the rubber match. 3 out of 4 from this colt that wouldn't be bought. It was for sale for $30,000 twice, and no one would pay $20,000. And today has won $1,350,000 in this race, and has $4.6 million third all time. And Chris McCarron, congratulations. McCarron catching his breath as well, I'm sure, on the backside. Chris, did you have any idea as you came to the wire how close Easy Goer was?
Yes, sir, I did. I gave a little peek at the 16 pole, and I saw a couple of chestnut legs there, and I knew he was coming, but he raised up on my outside, I think, at the half-mile pole, the 3.5, and I was very comfortable with where I was. And this colt, when I set him down, turned for home, he kicked it in really nice.
Blushing John gave you all the work you wanted.
Blushing John, I had a feeling he'd be tough, because he ran some impressive races at Hollywood Park last summer and just didn't fire the other night at the Meadowlands, and I wasn't letting him out of my sight, I tell you that.
Well, the fate of racing luck, plays funny favorites today. Chris McCarron, and you've had your share of bad luck today. You get the opportunity to ride this horse for the first time. If you could capture this race in a phrase, what would it be?
Well, it was, as I said before, I wish I could have gotten this mount under better circumstances. I'm happy to be here, and I wish all the best for Pat Valenzuela. He's a good friend and a good kid, and I wish nothing but the best for him.
Well, the $3 million Classic has been won by a classic pair. McCarron aboard Sunday Silence, and Easy Goer and Pat.
Cutting out some pretty swift early fractions, 22-2, 46-1. And McCarron, if he senses that, knows that Slew City Slew is going to be no problem. He's going to come back to the field. He does have his eye on Blushing John, number 7, who is laying in second place and has dead aim on Slew City Slew as they approach the turn for home. Now, Easy Goer, number 1, moves outside Sunday Silence, and I thought from here on the two would probably be within a length of each other the rest of the way in the race. But Sunday Silence will have the most acceleration here, and you see him begin to pull away from Easy Goer and set sail for the leaders. Blushing John has taken the lead, and Sunday Silence now passes the tiring Slew City Slew as they come to the top of the stretch. You just saw Angel Cordero look behind him to see if anything was coming, and yes, indeed, Sunday Silence is. Now into the lane, Blushing John under the whip on the inside. Sunday Silence on the outside, and Easy Goer surprisingly has a lot to make up. Sunday Silence now has the lead. McCarron cocks his whip. He sneaks a peek under his arm. There, he looked at Easy Goer. He knows Easy Goer is gaining, but he's got enough horse to last. Trevor.
For Sunday Silence was the difference. Went off at an even 2-1 and paid $6. Easy Goer 220, 210. Blushing John, a game run, gets $3 for show. And Charlie Whittingham, the winning out off that way. And Sunday Silence had enough with Chris McCarron to establish itself as the favorite for the 1989 Horse of the Year.
Turned. Sunday Silence against just two others in the $300,000 added Californian Stakes. Let's watch it from start to finish. Michael Rona gives the call.
Racing. And he caught the 3 in a beautiful line. Stylish Winner on the outside. May have the head in front slightly from Sunday Silence, and Charlatan is poking up on the inside. There's only about a neck between the 3 of them. They're racing abreast, going to the mile pole. Charlatan kicking up on the inside with Sunday Silence 1 away from the fence. And Stylish Winner is out 3 deep as they start to sort themselves out. Sunday Silence has crossed a lead from Charlatan, but is being given little peace early because Stylish Winner is up within a head of the champ. And as they sweep to the back with 3/4 of a mile to go, it's Sunday Silence leading Stylish Winner by a neck only. And Charlatan, the Chilean-bred, is about 6 lengths away. They've gone the first quarter in about 24 seconds, and as they make their way over the back stretch, it's Sunday Silence on top. This is the 37th running of the Californian, and this is the 1989 Horse of the Year in front. It's Sunday Silence leading by half a length to Stylish Winner, and they're well clear of Charlatan, who's some 7 or 8 lengths away. Sunday Silence, having his first start for 7 months, takes them past the half mile in the Californian. Pat Valenzuela and his old pal Sunday Silence, they combined to take the Derby and Preakness, and today they're renewing acquaintances. And at the 3/8 pole, it's Sunday Silence leading by a half length. Stylish Winner is running a magnificent race on the outside, and some 7 or 8 lengths to Charlatan. Sunday Silence will be the first to straighten up. Sunday Silence comes to the quarter pole, half a length clear. Stylish Winner on the outside is trying desperately to stick with him, but Valenzuela looks confident on Sunday Silence, and he clicked the champ into overdrive. Sunday Silence pinched more than a length. Stylish Winner is trying gallantly, followed by Charlatan, but Sunday Silence is the leader. Sunday Silence a length in front of Stylish Winner. Sunday Silence still in front. It's a triumphant return to the racetrack. Sunday Silence by 3/4.
He didn't beat anything, but off that layoff, that's a very nice return. I'm sure Charlie Whittingham's breathing a lot easier.
I'm sure he is. Sunday Silence away from the races, of course, since last year's Breeders' Cup Classic. Returns with a victory, the 1 1/8 in 1:48. Stylish Winner was second, and Charlatan finished third. And his biggest story as Sunday